Okay, I cannot hear anybody, but hello, I will start and I hope it's okay. Just write me down if there's a problem. Um, I'm Oded Nir. I'm a located based in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. Um, I'm an entrepreneur in the music business, production business, entertainment business. I started here in the year 2006 with two guitars and €1,000, and it developed into a production company, entertainment company, and a record label, and my own career as a producer and a performing artist, which is actually like every performing artist right now is on hold since there's no performances. I would like to speak to everyone here today about the initiative and the entrepreneur of starting your own career in the music business into and looking at it as a long run a marathon instead of a sprint as some people think it is. In the music business, I started Century Records 11 years ago in order to release my music, which I couldn't find any home to it. Any record label that will agree to release my music. Music styles changed, and I wasn't really prepared with the current sound at the time in the middle of the 2000s in Amsterdam. And I started a record label in order to release my own music, which was pretty unique back in the days. Um, and I came to a point that I was really on the edge of quitting the music business because nothing was going on. I found myself in the last minute with a meeting with investors that are actually looking to invest in something. But basically, music business is selling air in a lot of ways. It's not that I'm buying a burger and I get a burger. When you make music, you have to convince people that you actually have some added value to it. I think in the end of the day, I managed to get myself investors with the right marketing and the right target group to start a production company that can work 11 years later on in the world in the Netherlands scene. I think in the end of the day, artists have to prepare to a total end game. That means having a day job and doing a side things is a little bit too comfortable to build a career for an artist and a career for a record label, in my opinion. I think when people have too much comfortability in their life, it's really hard for them to make the extra mileage to a goal. I think in the end of the day, nothing brave comes out of comfortability. And that is a motto that I started to work in this business, in this entertainment, and I kind of followed it. I think you should put your back against the wall in order to get the best out of yourself. And I was literally without food in the end of the day back in 2007, end of seven, that I was really fighting for my last breath in the music business. Because again, to work at the family business and have a music career on the side, that's nice. But when you give everything to it and when you are 100% committed to what you do, uh, um, you are able actually to generate success. And I think in the end of the day, putting all in, that's first of all my first advice in music business. Do an all in. Please, if you have questions for me, you can stop and interrupt me. But I really believed in myself and believed in the market, believed in where we're going. And the Netherlands, by the way, took a direction the last 12 years into a major success and taking over the dance music in the world with Amsterdam Dance Event and other events that develop from total people who doesn't have a day job. and think out of the box, because today we are talking about marketing. And in marketing, every week we are changing our marketing, because now we have Corona days, marketing have to change. So, you know, using images or using sounds or using any creative idea you might have in order to put yourself outstanding from the rest of the group. For example, Beatport, as reported, as Beatport, as you know, maybe you know, is the #1 download platform for music today. For DJs, let's say, before. They reported 22,000 new songs a week. How do you stand out from 22,000 new musical tracks a week? How do you stand out? What is the course of change that you have to take in order that people will notice you as an artist, notice you as a record company, notice you as an entrepreneur? For example, any questions anybody have? Please, please feel free to stop me. The people who hear. So, example, the latest release that actually came out today, one of my songs again and again with Scott Diaz from UK on a remix, which is kind of one of the leadest underground DJs in the world and producers. I took a very beautiful girl, which is a friend of mine, and used her in an artistic way with me in the artwork in order to extract attention. The past release, I had the drummer of Jamiroquai, Derek McKenzie, working with me on this release of the remix. I brought him for Amsterdam. We did a tour together in 3 locations, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which was a big success. Draw attention to the release. The release sold a lot. So basically what we can say is every release and everything you do in the music business as an entrepreneur have to be original, have to be out of the box and connected to yourself. That means, I think, don't repeat other people's game. Don't look about what other people do so much, but just try to tailor-made it for your company that you will outstand it and outstand everybody else. I think in the end of the day, as an entrepreneur, and especially again, the rules are changing as we speak right now. They are evolving now, for example, from performances outside into indoor live stream that now is actually in a competition about live stream, locations, quality of sound, quality of camera. So the first ones who acted quickly to the coronavirus as artists are now cashing in. The question is all the time to think out of the box. I don't know how many people are listening, but somebody can have a question for me or something you wanna add up before I move on. I don't see anyone. Okay. So basically, you know, I think an artist today, an entrepreneur today is somebody who have to be committed for almost 24/7 to our line of work. I think that it's when you are working for somebody else, when you are ticking the clock and just finishing your 5 o'clock job and go home, you have time to do everything else with your lady or your friends or yourself. But we artists and entrepreneurs, we have to constantly think about where the market is going tomorrow, because it's always changing. It's always evolving and always people looking for the new thing. Luck is a great factor to have as let's say, the extra point for that. But we cannot plan our luck. We cannot plan anything else. So besides that, it can happen. I was coming to the Netherlands in 2006 with chill out, lounge, and down tempo. That certain of music style disappeared from the genres that were leading back in the day. So I found myself with music that actually don't have any demand. So what could I do? Could I change my style? Do I try to avoid in the boundaries of my style? Because sometimes we deliver a product or that left the hype or have no demand. So we can continue to try to push a certain product that we believe in, but the market doesn't, or we try to think about around the box and take that product and develop it and make it bigger or maybe comfortable more to the land or the crowd or the social the society that we're trying to work in between. I think, being constantly, I think the name of the game is to reinvent yourself. The name of the game is to be able to see that the process is dead, and without too much romanticization and wishful thinking, um, leave it aside and move into the extension of it, of the reinvention of it, I would like to say. So in the end of the day, we can have our own thoughts or our own vision of things, but they're changing. I came with this chill out, down tempo artist here. Nobody wanted me. I had to open my own label and develop in between it. Slowly and slowly, new artists came in. They saw that we did good because one record label can put all focus on that same artist because it's a small record label, so you can get more attention. So I think in the end of the day, I came into a situation that there was a void. Nobody was making that kind of music because there was no demand. So I was alone there almost. Gave me attention, gave me the spotlight. So not necessarily it is that you are not in a hype that is a negative thing. It could actually mean that you have more space to swim by yourself and get more response and crowd and exposure and spotlight. Who is listening? I'm going to get some water. Yeah, excuse me. I think, my personal story of a guy, which is a little bit like, stories that you see in movies, like a guy comes to a strange city with a guitar and money and a couple of dreams and songs, and how do you reinvent yourself from a situation like that? It's so complicated. And you need to just believe in yourself a lot, which sounds like a cliche and just a boring slogan. I think in the end of the day, believing in a product, which you are the product, or if you own a record label, the artists and the songs and the remixes and how you direct it and how you think all the time, how do I going to get to all these people? How do people notice me and not one of the people on the lives that are now watching it? How I'm going to be? How they going to see me? Why are they going to buy my music? There's so much good music out there. There's so much great production, so many talent. As the old saying says, the best piano player in the world is now sitting in some kind of a home that we don't know and playing for himself. So, it's about your motivation, your self-belief, and again, thinking out of the box, constantly reinventing yourself to be different and to do things different and to get more and more contacts and to have more and more collaborations. And collaborations as well is the name of the game, because as one song is not enough, but if you have more people together with you, then you get exposure. For example, if you have a song that comes out, get a couple of better, more established names that they will promote you and your product and your label and your company. So I think to do things alone, but if you have a team to support you, it's a game changer. And I think is something that is really important for me to say here. How to be managing your own team, and how to recognize a successful product, how to check it in the new way of new media, in the way of social media, followers, potential sale, exposure. That's the name of the game. So I think today, for example, I receive a lot of demos from young artists that are looking to sign in the record label. And I think that, that's always the hardest part, how to recognize a successful product, or because music, it's just not enough. We have to always check how many followers they have on Facebook, how many followers they have on Instagram, how many followers, subscribers they have on YouTube or Twitter or anything else, how active socially they have, how many interactions they have. And when I sign new artists, and not only me, the first thing we do is run into their social media pages and to see how many likes their posts have, or how many followers they have. Is it an artist page or a personal page? And I think, if to use a beautiful woman on one art, or to use even a crazy video of yourself on another, we just need to be unique and absolute. As you can see, money is always a change game, because when you can invest, you can generate. But I think in the changing music business today, that we all thought, for example, video clips or YouTube video clips or things like that is a game changer, but not necessarily. Actually, shorter clips have much more impact on people of today's world, because everything is so fast. So, I thought a video clip is something that's going to push a release, but it's not. A 40-second clip will get your product much more exposure than a 4 or 5 minutes video. And and that's things that come out of trial and test, and not giving up. Naturally, you have to have a long breath ability to breathe underwater until you can float, because that's actually a very complicated thing to say. I think in the end of the day, the key word is, again, nothing brave comes out of comfortability. If you're too comfortable and it's too relaxed for you, how you can reinvent things. I think these days, these Corona days, are actually going to be very special opportunity to see how people are going to reinvent themselves, especially in my line of work, which is showing now the music industry, the entertainment industry, the DJ and the production thing is showing us now something completely different. Because I was sure, for example, that all the online going to go down because people don't have money or don't have patience or have anxiety. But actually, the numbers are skyrocketing on Spotify, on Apple Music, on YouTube, which actually is the #1 network today of stream. Which is surprising. Everybody thinks it's Spotify, but it's actually YouTube. So what we can see is the downfall of the live shows and the normal way to go to a bar and see a DJ play, or to see your favorite band in another place, is actually going down. What we do see in a clear way is actually an increase of all the musical platform, as well as MP3 sales, from Beatport to TrackSource to iTunes and to Juno Download. The numbers are skyrocketing right now at my record label and my personal music and releases. because of people at home, and I'm constantly providing content, and and content is the name of the game, not boring content, because I don't know how many music industry people are now watching, but I can say that until a couple of weeks ago, we said that 2 weeks is already a single is old after 2 weeks. 2 weeks, your album is old. In the 80s and the 90s, we used, album is something that used to build for two years. You used to tour on an album for 2 years, release albums. The clip was still running around for 2 years. Now, 2 weeks, your stuff is old. So you constantly need to think how you overcome this old thing of being old, how you overcome it. And that is a very good question for all of us in the music industry. Again, I reinvented it with short clips, touring with the artists, which is actually going back to the old school of the 70s and the 80s, and albums, singles, and tours. And almost everybody went on a tour. And then it's just naturally changed because of the condition of the music industry. And now I tried it with Derek McKenzie, the drummer of Jamiroquai. We toured together the last weekend before the corona hit us all in Europe in lockdown. And we saw that a mutual touring with images, with videos, with daily updated, including a release, generated one of the most successful releases of the last 10 years on my record label, Son2 Records. So that was just something I thought, let's have a good time with a well-known established artist like Derek from London, and people really digged it. They digged it that it's different. They digged it that we toured together with a single release. It's something unusual, and unusual is what I'm looking for with artists that sends me. I just signed the two unknown, not young, in the mid-40s, producers from the east of the Netherlands, because I like the music. Could be that this album will not succeed. Could be that I'm going to lose a bit money on them. But once a year, I'm trying as the owner and the A&R of Son3 Entertainment to sign once a year a new artist and try to develop him and to give him a chance and to give him an option, just to get something I never got, which is an opportunity. And I think opportunities and people who doesn't go only for Beyonce is what this world really, really need right now. And listen, I see that we have almost only 5 minutes. So I don't know who's still here and who maybe I'm here by myself. But any questions for the 4 people with me? Yes? No? So I'm going to just in the last 5 minutes conclude my words, because I have half an hour, as I understood, until 8. My point is a combination again. A marathon, not a sprint, a long run, and not a short run, thinking. Failures are a very important part of this game. Failures. I also think that total investment in your enterprise is very important. Reinventing yourself, thinking out of the box, and being flexible. Maybe that's easier word. And keep your hand on the pulse to see what is changing right now and what is changing tomorrow, and because what is applicable for today, tomorrow is dead. And we're just seeing it right now as the biggest party festival DJs are probably going to be the last one to perform out of this crisis. Because I'm doing a lot of bar gigs or restaurants or Michelin star locations, the type of music I make. That places will probably be the first one to go to work. But the festivals and the main stages, is the one here. 5 minutes to go. Is the festivals, the main stages are probably the last one that's going to be back to work. So the star of yesterday is unemployed today. Now, how are we going to make sure it doesn't happen to us? How we make sure, because it does happen to us, it happens to everyone right now. How we step out of it? How do we overcome our egos of what we were yesterday and planning where we are today? Because a lot of people that were stars yesterday are just not stars anymore. And you have so many bedroom DJs now. In the new reinvention of live stream, you have one Bob Sinclair with almost 700,000 views for his live streams. But the rest are playing around 300, 400, 500 views. So this is the name of the game of the new reinvention of the entertainment. Okay, now the game is on live stream. Everybody's looking for a new thing into the live stream. I think entrepreneur, musician, and record labels have to be constantly working on new ideas, new things, because tomorrow might end like it just ended for a lot of artists. And I can, to go to conclusion, I wish everybody here that watched it and maybe had a moment to reflect what I'm saying, or felt that is identifying with my approach, which is more go completely, just try what you can, and even if it's a bit crazy. I want to really say thank you for everyone that listened or not listened to what I got to say, for my 2 euros wisdom. And I wish you a lot of success on everything you do. And remember, life is a marathon, and it's like a blackjack, isn't it? It's like a roulette, excuse me, in a casino. It doesn't matter if you put it on red or on black, but just matters that you keep on playing. And I think right now it's a good time for all of us. I don't know if anybody from the music industry is here, but I do think that it's a great time and a great place for all of us here to try new things in these interesting days. I want to really, I kind of concluded what I got to say, because I see there's no questions. I kind of wanted the last couple of minutes to be maybe in discussions with anybody here in this room. But yeah, that's it. So I want to thank everybody for the opportunity to say a couple of words about my experience in the music business. That's going 24 years already. And I already invented myself so many times I cannot even remember. And I'm probably going to do it again. Thank you very much, everyone. I'm going to say goodbye. And I'm going to wish a lot of success to the speaker after me. So thank you very much. Bye-bye. Bye, goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you.
Hello? Okay, I can't hear any. Oh, Katerina.
Yes.
So, Katerina, you are speaking after me.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And I wish you a lot of success and enjoy.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.